Hey guys, I wanted to do this video real quick here for the youth page. It will be posted on YouTube and on the youth page. And welcome all you all to the youth. This page is going to be solely driven for you guys. I know Cameron Kelly done a live video on scent control, and Chris Borgum-Minky done one on the safety for your tree stands and stuff like that. Safety harnesses. Just we preach safety here. Even though you guys are youth, we do not want you to get in a tree stand without wearing a safety harness, and that goes for the main page and our staff as well. I will not get in a tree stand myself without wearing a safety harness. But what I wanted to do this video for, I don't know, like say this, like for you guys here in the youth, I don't know what preparations that you guys do for before your hunting seasons come in. If any of you is interested in learning how to do mock scrapes, what I try to do this time of year, I usually start my mock scrapes around the middle of June. There is guys that do them year round, but I usually try to start my mock scrapes around the middle of June. And what I will do is I will focus on what they call exterior scrapes. This time of year you want to focus more on the exteriors, and what I mean by exteriors, you want to focus on tree line edges around fields, like their feeding fields, stuff like that. Make sure you got a good tree that's got a good licking branch that may be 5 to 6 feet off the ground. You don't want it any lower than 5 to 6 feet. Because a deer is not going to get up underneath of it. They're not going to bend down to get up underneath of it, that's what I'm trying to say. But you want their licking branch to be about 5 to 6 feet off the ground. But when you go to start making your summertime, what I call summertime mocks, when you go to scrape the ground a little bit, don't clear it all the way out like you would see a big scrape during the rut. You want to leave a little bit of junk inside your mock scrapes. Let them clear it out. But this time of year, focus on your exteriors, like say around your tree lines and your field edges. The closer it gets to October, like around October, middle of October, I will start working in the woods. I will go deeper into the woods and start making scrapes, and at that time of year I will start clearing them out a little bit better, and that's what we call interior scrapes. Especially when it gets close to the rut is when you want to start doing your interior scrapes. Or let me rephrase that, when your bucks break up from their bachelor groups is when you want to start working on your interior scrapes. Like say around late September, early October is when I'll start doing my interior scrapes. More towards October than the last part of September. But like I say, this time of year, focus on your exteriors, around your tree lines, around your field edges. Then the closer it gets to, like say, once they start breaking up from their bachelor groups, start focusing on your interior scrapes. I don't care what products you use. I use pure white. This time of year I'm using a product called Bachelor Group, and what that is, it's multiple bucks in one bottle. I'll use that and some power dust that Pure Whitetail sells. I'll use some of that. Also, I will use some of their power beads, scent beads. that will swell up and bust and disperse the scent. Like I say, and once I get close to starting doing my interior scrapes, I will switch from the bachelor group to a pure whitetail premium buck, which they have ghost. They have deer. They've got ghost. They've got tank, and I can't remember the rest of them. Cash and firecracker. Those are the bucks that they have. You can buy individual bucks in a bottle, or you can buy, like say this time of year, you can buy bachelor group. And I will use bachelor group up until probably the last part of September. Then that's when I'll start transitioning over to one buck per bottle. Like I say, I'll use some of their power dust. I'll use what they got. They got one called Witch's Apple. They've got mesmerized dust. They've got a bunch. But like I say, you know, focus on your exteriors this time of year, and in October start focusing more on your interiors. That's what I really wanted to do this for you guys, to give you a little bit of a tip of what I do. And like going back to Cameron Kelly's live, when he did his live in here in the group, I check my trail cameras, you know, every 7 days. You can go 7 to 14 days or however long you want to, but I'll check mine at least every 7 days. But always spray down before you go into the woods with scent eliminator. You want to keep your scent to a minimum as possible. I spray down my trail cams when I go in and pull cards. I'll spray them down, because regardless if you realize it or not, you'll leave your scent on your trail camera when you pull your cards. But I just, like I say, I wanted to do this for you guys. This page is strictly youth driven, for us to give, you know, tips and techniques that we do that may help you guys. Guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask anybody here in the group. I had a young man ask me the other day. I was out somewhere and I had my pure whitetail stuff on, and he asked me what pure whitetail was. And you know, I explained to him what pure whitetail was, and he's 16 years old, and he said, you know, I'm interested in doing mock scrapes and stuff like that, but he does not have a Facebook. Because I told him, you know, you can come over to our youth group and, you know, join it. And he said, well, if I had a Facebook, he said, I would. But he said, you know, I've always, you know, wanted to ask certain people, you know, certain things about it. He said, but I kind of feel stupid. And I don't want you guys to think, you know, well, I'd like to ask this question, but it might be a stupid question. When it comes to hunting, guys, there is no stupid question. You guys are our future. You are the next generation of hunters, and we have to pass on our knowledge to you, so, you know, later on down the road you can pass it on to the next generation, and so on, so on, and so on. But don't think for 1 minute that any question that you have is a stupid question, because there is no stupid question when it comes to hunting. I've been hunting for 25 years. Do I know everything? No, I don't. I learn something new every year. But if you have a question and you want to ask it, ask it. If we can answer it, we'll answer it. If we can't answer it together, we will find the answer. Because you may ask me a question, and I may not have that answer, and I may be able to go to somebody else in the group and say, hey, so-and-so asked this question. I don't have the answer. And they may have that answer. But yeah, like I say, I've been hunting for a little over 25 years, and I learn something new every day. I mean, you're going to learn something new. I know guys that's been hunting 30, 40, 50 years that are still learning. You learn something new every year. But guys, like I say, this page, you know, is strictly for you guys. Don't hesitate to ask questions. We started a mentorship here in the group. Make sure your parents will sign the release form and stuff. in order for you guys to be mentored by a mentor here in the group. I know right now, I don't know if anybody else has signed up for the mentorship program besides myself. If you want to be a mentee, sign up to be a mentee, and we will get you taken care of. But this, like I say, this page is solely for you guys. It is going to be youth driven for you all to learn. Guys, God bless you all. I love you, and I'll holler at y'all later.